oh my god, it's insufferable. I hate the people who do this. So about this much of it is white chocolate powder. Do it, do your job. If someone said that to me or to anyone else that I work with, I might throw a fit.
0, 1. Let's get started.
As many of you may have noticed, the world has gradually been slipping into what some would call a dystopian nightmare. And surprisingly, for whatever reason, this has made me a little depressed. I'm sure there's someone out there already saying, Sienna, why are you depressed? Things aren't that bad. Just look on the bright side. You're so young and there's so much of life you haven't experienced yet. To which I say, you're right. Who wouldn't be excited about the future? After all, everyone loves inflation. The housing market seems great. The fake economy is booming. Climate change is easy to ignore. Everything's being replaced by AI. And of course, everyone seems ecstatic about the job market. Seriously though, all of these issues have been weighing on me for a while now, but I feel like the main pressure comes from my own personal future. As a child, the options seem limitless and practical, and nowadays it feels nearly impossible to find a job that doesn't immediately give me the urge to eat toast in the tub.
So, like, you want to take a bath together?
Can I bring an industrial strength toaster?
Last year, I went through 4 different jobs, which were horrible all for their own special reason. And I really did not see myself as being a job hopping type of person, but that's just how bad they were. However, I am happy to say I finally found a job that's tolerable. Lately, I've been working as a barista, and my dream job is honestly to make content online, and I really love making videos like these. And while I'm still kind of figuring out my own personal journey and all of this and who exactly I want to be, I really feel like I'm getting closer to my goals and who I think I can be. So if you're here, please know that I really appreciate you. I'm really glad you're here, and please remember to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff if you enjoy being here as much as I do. But with all that out of the way, I want to get to the core of the video. While being a barista is much better than the other jobs I was previously doing, it still has its moments. In my last video, I discussed how my coworkers really don't seem to like me. I'll put a link to that if you're interested in hearing about it. And I found ways to kind of navigate that, and things have definitely gotten better for me, at least on the coworker front. But I still struggle with the negative interactions that I have with some of our customers. So today, I wanted to look at a few videos from fellow baristas that I found on TikTok. From crazy drink orders to rude regulars, we're going to see what baristas have to put up with on a daily basis. And hopefully I'll feel a little better about my experience as a barista. So let's get into it. So we're just gonna go through these videos. I just saved a bunch that were funny to me and interesting. Some of them I didn't finish watching because I thought it'd be more fun to react to. But yeah, we're just gonna go through these videos one at a time, and I'll share my similar experiences as a barista. So let's get going.
Comes in, orders a latte. I say, hot or iced? He goes, not hot. I say, so iced? He goes, not iced. I go, so room temperature? He goes, warmer? And then we played a game of hot and cold until we discovered he wanted a hot latte, but not enough to burn his mouth. So I, being mother, tested the milk on the inside of my wrist. Not too hot and not too cold for my little prince.
This one's really funny to me because there are a lot of people who just come in and act like a baby and that they have no idea what they want, and like they freak out about how hot the temperature is. Some people want the opposite and they want to burn their mouth. Like I have one customer who comes in all the time and she's like, make it 200 degrees or it's not hot enough, which it will never cease to amaze me how dumb people are about the iced versus hot drink thing. Like, first of all, people think I can read their mind and I'll know what they want, and a lot of people will just come up to the window and not say what size or what temperature they want their drink. They'll just come up and say white chocolate mocha, and I go, okay, is that hot or ice? And they go, oh, okay, and I also want, and it's like, no, if you want me to get started on this right away, which at our coffee shop, we don't put them in the register first. We kind of write on the cup first and put some of the ingredients in and then hand it over to the person who's at the coffee bar. So, you know, if someone orders a white chocolate mocha, I need to know if it's hot or iced right away so I can grab the cup and put the white chocolate in there and then give it to the person on the bar. So when people come in and just shout flavors at me instead of what they want, it's going to take a lot longer because I have to go back and be like, okay, was that hot or ice? And also I forgot what 20 flavors you put in there, and people don't like that. But it's crazy how frustrating it is because I will say multiple times, okay, so one hot white chocolate mocha, and they go, yep, and then we go through it and we make it and they go, that was supposed to be iced. But then why didn't you say anything when I said hot, like one hot mocha, and I grabbed a hot cup? Like, how are you not paying any attention? But then you get mad at me for, like, okay. It's so frustrating, dude. All right, next one.
I work at Starbucks for a lot of years, and these are some of the fun things that have happened to me while I worked there. One time a lady threw her hot chocolate at me. It was holiday season, and I worked at a licensed location, and we make our own whipped cream, but we were out of heavy whipping cream to make it, so we had to get ready whip from like the cooler section of the store and use that on our hot chocolates because we had no other choice. She tasted it, she didn't like it, and she threw it at me instead of complaining. I would say like 4 to 7 times a day, people would come up to the register while on the phone and put their finger up at me, like to wait until they were done, and then go like this for me to be quiet, so that I would just have to like sit at the register and wait for them to be off the phone to take their order, even though they approached me and there was like a line of people behind them. One time I did.
So I've never had a drink thrown at me or anything like that. Like, that's crazy. I'm so happy that's never happened to me. But the talking on the phone thing, I actually have a customer that comes in every day, and every single day he's on the phone and he just like tosses his money through the window and expects you to know exactly what he wants, which, you know, when I was still learning what the heck was going on at work and like how to take orders and everything, that was absolutely not fun. And yeah, there are a lot of people who will just pull up on the phone, and because they're regulars, they'll assume that just because they pulled up, will know what they want. Even if they get something different every time, they just expect you to know. And oh my god, it's insufferable. I hate the people who do this. And lately, I've been hearing a lot of discourse about how rude baristas are. And it's like, well, we have to deal with how rude you are and just keep a smile on our face. Like, after an 8-hour shift, like, it gets really tiring to pretend we're okay with how you're treating us. You know, like, we're people too. You could, you know, acknowledge us and treat us fairly. Like, god. It's, yeah.
I get a lady's drink wrong and I apologize for it, and she said, I don't hold your class of people to that high of standards, but what I do expect is for my drinks to be made right. My class. One time somebody ordered
Holy shit, dude. Like, that's infuriating. If someone said that to me or to anyone else that I work with, I might throw a fit. Because the thing is, like, a lot of baristas are just doing it for fun. Like, a lot of baristas aren't actually there for the money, or they make like a lot of good money. Like, I make really good money and I only work 3 days a week. I'm just there because I want to work on my social skills. I need a little cash like on the side. It's not my main thing. It's not my career. And I know a lot of my coworkers are the same way. Like, some of them are just waiting to have families and their husband's going to take care of everything once, you know, they get the family started and stuff like that. Or, you know, they're going to school to be a doctor or whatever, and this is just, you know, the in-between time. And it's like, for anyone to assume like, oh yeah, you're just a lower class of people, like, fuck you, dude. You would not be able to survive your shitty work day at a corporate bank or whatever the fuck you do without your coffee. So just shut up. Like, it's ridiculous. It's always the worst people who take that stuff for granted, and you just know that if it disappeared tomorrow, that they would have a meltdown. They would have a mental breakdown without their 25 pumps of sugar and 2-shot espresso, you know?
Editing Sienna here. I didn't even get to address the point that, like, being a barista is not a bad career. It is a great career for a lot of people. Like, a lot of people are set with being a barista, and that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong. There's no class divide with baristas. It's just a different choice. Anyway.
Upside down caramel macchiato, which is just, it looks like a latte, and I was called incompetent because it didn't have like the espresso on top, but she wanted it upside down. One time a guy ordered a brownie, and so I took it out of the display case and put it in a bag and gave it to him, and he said, no, I want a fresh brownie. And when I told him we didn't have fresh brownies, he called Starbucks a scam.
That sort of thing actually happens all the time at my work too, and we're not like a big chain like Starbucks, but we have like these like pre-made little sandwiches and stuff, and they're very obviously pre-made. Like, I mean, Starbucks stuff is pre-made too, but a lot of the time they'll try and like ask for stuff to be put on or taken off. Like we have a croissant, and they're like, okay, can I have my croissant with bacon and this cheese, and can you add this and this and this? And I'll be like, I can't do anything to the sandwich, it just comes as is, and they'll get really frustrated about that, but not the end of the world, I guess.
Venti vanilla hot. What? Venti vanilla hot. Vanilla hot. Like a vanilla latte? Vanilla hot. Like a latte, or like the vanilla steamer, which is like milk and vanilla? Or did you want like espresso and milk and vanilla, which is a latte? No, vanilla hot. That's not a drink. Technically, vanilla hot isn't on the menu.
This one's funny. I feel like I experience this a little bit every day, honestly, where someone will come through and not really understand what any of the individual drinks are, but still try to order it. Like, they don't quite remember. Like, a lot of the time, I'll have people come through and be like, I want a double shot with mocha or whatever. I'll be like, okay, a double shot what? Do you want a latte? Do you want an Americano? Do you want a cappuccino? Like, there's a lot of things that we can do with 2 shots and some mocha. Like, which one do you want? And they'll be like, I don't know, however it normally comes. Oh, okay, well, people order it a lot of ways. Do you want just 2 shots of espresso in a cup with some mocha? Because I can do that. Do you want milk? Like, you have to give me a little bit more. And they'll be like, oh, well, you know, with cream or whatever. And I'll be like, so an Americano. And they'll go, I don't know what that is. Or, no, I don't want that. When it is actually what they want, they just have no fucking clue what they actually want. We actually have a lot of regulars too that come through, and they don't actually know what their drink order is. They've just been coming to this coffee shop for so long that the baristas have figured it out and memorized it. So like when I was new, I'd be like, hey, what can I get you? And they'll be like, oh, they know. And I'll be like, okay, well, you know, I'm still learning, and I'd love to know your drink order so that I can know next time, you know, and in case anyone's not here for some reason, taking a sick day, on vacation, whatever, and they'll just be like, well, I don't actually know what it is, so just figure it out. And it's always the most complicated drink orders too. Like, there's just one guy that comes through nearly every day, and he gets 2 of the same thing. It's like a white chocolate, white coffee with cinnamon, an extra shot, and cold half and half on top. Gross. But he gets it every day. Oh, and it's got like English toffee and mint in it. And there was a time where I didn't quite remember what it was. And there was a new girl with me that day, so she also didn't know what it was. And I was like, can you remind me what exactly is in it so I don't miss anything? And he just straight up didn't know. And I think he had to call his girlfriend to find out. But we made the drink, so whatever. But it's just like, really? You spend $14 a day on a drink and you don't even know what it is? Holy shit.
Thanks for coming to Coffee Shop Drive-Thru. How can I help you today? Be a large iced latte with vanilla, but just 1 vanilla. Okay, anything else? No. Okay, your total will be $5.60. What's a good name for the order? Vroom. VROOM. Submit. Window. Hi, your total is $5.60 today. Rolls window back up. Ma'am, this is only $5. Where's my drink? What's taking so long? This is only $5 and the total is $5.60. Okay, and you're 60 cents short. Well, I only brought $5, so. Okay, did you want to do a smaller size or? Oh, I want a large. You better have made me a large. That's what you ordered, that's what I put through, but you're still 60 cents short. Well, I only have $5. I don't know what you want me to do. I see my latte right there. Can you just hand it to me already? I'm not gonna hand it to you because you have not finished paying. 60 cents, what's the big deal? Just take it from your stupid tip jar. Yes, someone actually asked that. No. Fine, I'll just do it. Reaches into tip jar like a maniac. And no. What are you doing? I only brought $5. You really can't spare the 60 cents from your tip jar? You just take off the charge for the vanilla or something since I only got 1 pump? I'm sorry. I'm only getting 1 pump. Why do I have to pay full price? If you were charged for one pump, it'd still be over $5. Well, don't you just like have to give it to me for free or something? No. I hear stories all the time about people who forget their wallets and get their stuff for free. If it was an accident and you're nice, maybe you can get it for free. But not in this case. No. I'm not leaving the line until you give me my latte.
So I've never had anything like this extreme, but I have had a few similar scenarios. I've definitely had a lot of people come in and pay with just coins. Like I've had people pay like $26 of nickels and dimes, and I've had to count it before I can let them leave, and like the line is getting longer and longer behind them. And then of course, you know, they don't tip. There are quite a few people who will come through and be like, hey, can you buy me a drink? Or hey, what's the chance of me getting this for free? Like they'll just walk up and ask for free stuff. And the worst part is a lot of my coworkers will like enable them and be like, oh yeah, I'll buy that for you, or yeah, you can come pay next time. And of course they never do. So yeah, that happens quite a lot. And then of course there are always people who are like, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be exactly $7.95. Why is it $8 even? Have the prices gone up? Did you do something wrong? And we'll be like, you know, maybe I charged them for the correct amount of syrup and someone else never does because they're a regular or whatever. And it's like, okay, well, you know, this is what you actually should have been paying the whole time. But everyone is nice to you for some reason. That's like the hardest part for me to understand about all of this is like my coworkers enabling this horrible behavior. A lot of our regulars are really, really rude and mean to us and have like these weird specifics that they need in order to have like a pleasant experience with us, I guess. It's actually funny, right before I started filming this video, we got this big group chat from our regional manager that said that we've been getting a lot of negative reviews lately of customers saying that the baristas are rude. But seriously, when we're dealing with stuff like this, it's so hard to like smile and be pleasant with people when they're just so awful. But yeah, people get really particular with the way their coffee is done. I have a couple of examples really quick and then I think we'll finish up for today. But there's this one guy and he's pretty nice, but he gets frustrated really easily. He gets the same thing every day and he usually pays in cash, but every once in a while he'll pay with a credit card and he simply will not touch the card reader. Like generally what we do is we hand the card reader out to people so that we don't see what they're tipping us if they tip at all, and so that we're not touching their credit card, because I'm pretty sure it's a liability issue. Like if we took the credit card and like dropped it on the ground, they don't want a customer to like get mad about that and be like, oh, you lost my credit card, you damaged my, you know, whatever. So we typically don't do that, but for this guy, he just will not touch the card reader. And there was one time where he bitched out one of my coworkers for not putting the card in. He was like, put the card in for me, the other girls put the card in for me, just do it, do your job, and like made her really upset. So now she hates him, which fair. That was like a jerk move. There's this other lady that really hates me because I don't write cutesy little messages on her cup for her. All the other girls will write some stupid thing like, you're the best and life is more beautiful with you in it and you're a badass lady. I don't know. The first time I gave her her drink without a message on it, she was like, well, where's my message? And I was like, oh, I didn't know, like I'm new, I didn't know you got a message. What do you mean? What would you like written on there? And she was like, oh, well, you know, I get inspirational messages on my cup and then I put the pictures of them on my Instagram and people really like them. People are going to be disappointed if I don't put up my cups. And this is like a 40, 50-year-old woman in Kalispell, Montana. Like, I don't think that many people are inspired by what other people write on your coffee cup, but I was still just like, well, what exactly do I write? Because I'm just not good at coming up with that kind of stuff on the fly. So we never figured it out. And she still doesn't like me because I still just won't write on her cup because I don't know. It's weird to me. And then the last thing, I guess, real quick, let's look at like a gross drink. Yeah, here's a very special drink order.
Regular's complicated, interesting, very sweet, very extra drink. Here it is in all its glory. Extra caramel drizzle as she should. 6 pumps of toasted white mocha. Yes, 6. 3 pumps caramel sauce. At least she gets 3 ristretto shots, am I right? Milk. More milk, this time heavy cream. Sweet cream, cold foam too. Duh. thick milky coffee. More calm drizz. Caramel brulee topping. Chef's kiss.
I'm honestly so happy that we don't have that many toppings at my job. We have like 2 different types of cold foam, and if you don't want one of those, you don't get any. We only have like caramel or chocolate drizzle, and we only have sprinkles or graham cracker to go on top. Oh, and peppermint bark, I guess. So yeah, there's not that many options, and so people don't really go that hard on the extras. They do go hard on the drizzle a lot of the time, which I do want to share. One of my favorite drinks. It's one of the worst drinks that I have to make. So it's a 16-ounce cup, so like that big, right? Okay. And so about this much of it is white chocolate powder, and then we'll put about that much coffee on it, 2 shots, about that much milk, and then the rest is whipped cream and caramel drizzle, and the cup has to be lined with caramel drizzle. And so for a normal drink, we'll put like, I'm probably not supposed to say, just a couple scoops of white chocolate depending on the cup size, but not very much. I think the most we can put in a drink is 3. So she takes about 5 scoops of the white chocolate powder, which absolutely disgusting. When you put the coffee in there, it just kind of turns into a sludge, which is her preference. She likes to drink the chunks. She says she likes it chunky, and I myself did not try the drink, but I was like so grossed out making it. Like the whole time I was just kind of looking at it, like, you know, as I was mixing. She like yelled at me through the window. She was like, "Hey, stop, that's enough stirring." My coworker said that they have tried the drink before and it burns on the way down, so that's cool. I'm glad I'm contributing to the unhealthy eating crisis in America. It's really great. No, I've definitely contributed to some worse stuff through my work, so this is better, honestly, and like it's helping me with people skills. Like we're getting there. I'm learning how to like let things roll off my shoulder more. I think it's a good place for me right now, and I get all of these crazy weird stories. So that's going to be it for today. I'm sure this video is already kind of long with all the videos and stuff. I have a lot more videos saved, which I would love to go into, so if this was fun for you, please let me know. I'll make another one. If you have any questions about my experience as a barista, or if you'd like me to do any specific story times, just let me know and I'd be happy to do that. But for now, that's gonna be it for today. Let me know if you have kind of a weird, you know what, no, just let me know what your favorite coffee drink order is. I'd love to know. Mine is, it's like a s'mores latte made with chocolate milk basically at my work. I can't give you the recipe because they'll freak the fuck out, even though like it's not complicated at all. You can probably just figure it out by tasting it, but whatever. I'm not gonna give up trade secrets. But anyway, that's gonna be it for now. I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.